for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Being chased out left. And now he's going to use his legs. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They should.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. And this is caught by C.J. Procise. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. C.J. Procise was the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
Used to have a coach who tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
This shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 40. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catch.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson, that's complete to Disley, the tight end. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. A little tough on the secondary there, in zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. No doubt, a very disappointing end. To what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
20. 54. Oh, you got deep? Red. Hey, Alpha.
They get the pick. Now what can Flacco do on first down? Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. The end result, 21 yards. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
18 yards that time to push him up, first and goal.
Hey, Haywood!
To pass, Flacco. That's complete, right around the 8. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That'll bring out second and goal after the gain of 5. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Extra point from McManus is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Here's Wilson to throw. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsay with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Broncos push further out in front. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Let's go, D.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Switch.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Seahawks, nothing.
Green 80. 45. Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come. Cut. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And that will be incomplete. The former first-round pick, Kareem Jackson, there defensively. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. That 14-0 points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Dancing to his left. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Ready? You must be true. Check 4. 20. Hey, Charlie.
Flacco to throw here on 3rd down. He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
I got you. What you want? Get wild. Okay, hot set. Wait. Bravo.
1st and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. Throw left side, complete. That's Beck. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down.
Check Nick. Monday. Roger, 5-0. Hey, exit.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Flacco. He'll get this one to Patrick. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Flacco will come to the line, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, 1st down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. That's a jet sweep into the hands of Metcalf. He finds an opening past the 40. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. 20, 10, 5. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
I think what we just saw there with that fumble return is the increased emphasis on taking the ball away from another team. And no one wants to just fall on in football anymore, do they? They want to take it and try and score themselves.
But when you fall 1 yard short of getting in the end zone as a former defender, you know it hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
Not only does it hurt, the laughter in film is going to be intense. You are going to get jumped on for not making it all the way to the end zone.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Phillip Lindsay on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
And now he'll tuck it and run. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Derek Wolfe, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
After the sack on first down, Wilson, it's caught, Lockett. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
There. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Marcus, he won. Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. 65.
Now Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
45. Mike, 45. Here I come.
Now Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Von Miller picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
To try again after the sack. Wilson, he'll let this go for the end zone. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll keep it on the ground. Lindsey. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. Looking for 2 yards here on 3rd down. Flacco. He's got his tight end Fant. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Give him 6 yards in the first down. On first down, it's Lindsey. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
General West, Rocket. Hey, Echo.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Flacco. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 36. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. Flacco finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. They go back to the ground now with Lindsey. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. It's a rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Go!
Passing play, Flacco. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Lock it in. Fred. Hey, Steve 6.
Now Flacco. This is the tight end Fant. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A 9-yard...